dissent, to differ in opinion or feeling, to disagree, to withhold assent or approval.
Dissent is America, the very foundation of our great country.
America's a democracy. I never thought it was any big deal to dissent.
People have to be free to express their disagreement and their dissent from whatever the government is doing.
The citizens have to make sure that the democracy is responsive to them.
Patriotism is engagement.
Being patriotic isn't blindly following whoever the president is.
This is starting to waste my time.
No, it's no waste, Sergeant. I'm here to join the 1st Light Opera Reconnaissance Battalion. You go in, you sing, you get out!
All right, it is the 1st Light Armored Recon Battalion, Mason. I don't appreciate your making fun of the United States military.
They figure $600 billion to rebuild Iraq over 10 years. $600 billion. We're giving them universal health care for life. And how are we going to pay for the $600 billion? With a tax cut.
Someone tell me where it says 4 minus 7 equals 8.
That State of the Union address was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I don't listen, though. I mean, nothing pumps me up like a good State of the Union address.
An order to disperse was given by the police. The protesters complied without incident.
The ultimate union destiny. The peaceful protest. More non-violence.
When the government fears the people, you have liberty. When the people fear the government, you have tyranny.
The police actually moved into us on their bikes, and then they told us to move, and so we were running, and as we were running, he had to have been aiming at me, and he hit me, and I don't know what he hit me with.
I mean, what does it mean to shoot people in the back in a nonviolent protest?
It's obvious that was not shot at the ground. That was shot deliberately at his back to take him down.
It is more vital than ever to allow our citizens to non-violently exercise our right of dissent.
The best way you support your troops is to ensure that you never send them into battle unless and until we as a society understand precisely what it is we're asking them to do in our name.
They are eroding basic elements of our Bill of Rights, basic elements of our Constitution, right before the eyes of the public, and getting away with it.
The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the privacy concerns of the citizens are being undermined.
As they take away your health care possibility, as they try to privatize Social Security.
Fundamentally, we have lost millions of jobs.
Taxing income and not wealth.
The tax cuts have been, by far, for the rich and for the corporations.
The kind of policies that this administration has gotten away with is the tip of the iceberg if we don't stop it.
Quite often the First Amendment is kind of stuck on a shelf somewhere, and in practice becomes a 3/4 amendment, a half amendment, a 3/8 amendment. It's like a bar of soap that's left out in the rain. You know, we can't afford to watch the First Amendment melt away.
It is the responsibility of the patriot to protect his country from its government.
Lord, make us instruments of your peace so that we may lift up the world and all its people to a place where the heart is without fear and the head is held high.
My great-great-grandchildren ask me in dreams, what did you do while the earth was unraveling? I want just this consciousness reached by people in range of secret frequencies contained in my speech.
Some people are good speakers. Some people are funny. Some people are just good, hard workers. Some people are spoken word artists. Music, whatever. Let's just get our voices heard, because people are freaking deaf.
People of this planet, the 6 billion of us, are rising up and telling those few hundred leaders that we believe that the human interests of the planet
the spiritual interests of the planet and the natural interests of the planet need to take precedent over the material interests of the planet, the corporate interests of the planet, and the militarist interests of this planet.
It's really terrible that in the place that's supposed to be the biggest democracy in the world, the people have the hardest trouble being heard.
We've got a regime in Washington of Bushco, as I refer to them, that understandably don't even get what dissent is all about because they come out of the corporate sector. They are all corporate executives. But this is the first time in our lifetime we have had a truly corporate presidency.
We have a media that's tremendously compliant. It's a corporate media that identifies with the government and the government's interests.
Voting is one thing that you can do among a whole menu of actions, and it's an absolutely necessary thing. It just gives you the power. You have a responsibility to exercise whatever power you have.
We have 100 million people totally who don't vote in this country, who are eligible to vote. I mean, 50% of eligible voters don't vote. Now, this I consider a crisis in democracy.
How can we change the future of this country if we don't participate in our democracy? We can only change it if we demonstrate that the most precious cornerstone of our democracy is the right to vote. If we don't use it, we will never be free. If we don't express it, we will never realize the future American dream. If we don't participate in our democracy, we have no right ever to complain about who is president, ever to complain about the shape of our democracy, ever to complain about the future of our country. Please participate, please register, please vote, please change America. Thank you.
Agitation is what built this great country. The founders themselves, the great grassroots organizations, from the great movements, the civil rights movement, the women's movement, and labor movement, etc., all agitators. And that's what we've got to be today, I think. It's a proud thing. You know, when they say you're an agitator, you should just say back, well, yeah, that's the center post in the washing machine that gets the dirt out.
It's your duty then, as a patriot, out of love of your country, out of love of these ideals, to stand up and force your government leaders to respect the Constitution and Bill of Rights, to force it to live up to what this country is supposed to be about. That's what true patriotism is. If you really, really love your country, you will keep trying to make it better.